Hello everyone around the world, I'm Zebra94 for Racing Stripes TV. Welcome to Flat Out Racing's Season 3, Round 21 of 24. We're here at a wet-filled Budapest, Hungary for the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's going to be raining the whole entire time. As you see two Mercedes pull out. We'll be commentating qualifying real quick. I'm actually going to start something new now. I'm actually going to post the top 5 points from all the leagues I'll be doing for each stream. So just bear with me. It's actually going to be in the chat so you know who to look out for, who's battling where. It's just going to be the drivers' standings only, but I'll be more prepared as actually time goes on. So I'll kind of give you guys to talk about and whatnot. So give me 1 second, and then we will be going over the qualifying, so get back at it. Alright, so there you go. Those of you who are watching the live stream will see over in the chat. That is the top 5 in points. And I think if you're watching this back on replay as well, it should have also replay of the chat as well. So you guys can talk about either amongst yourselves on Twitter or even on here during the stream on like who exactly to look out for. So I'm going to be kind of doing that as well, and maybe even some kind of key points to look out for as well. So so qualifying is underway. We're kind of following Coley around. Again, it's wet, so you're going to have more downforce than before. Your tire pressure is going to be different, and just everything in itself. As you kind of see, Coley doing a little bit of drifting around that right-hand corner. It's a very downforce track. You're not going to be running too much speed. A lot of cornering for sure, and it's really going to help out. So as we follow the first couple cars crossing the line, looks like we see a car up there. That's going to be a Nell. He's going to be saying the first lap, 131.835. There's Northance and a 131.132. What about Coley as he crosses the line? He's going to set a 132.791 with, that would be Croman setting a 130.941. And we have Tardis 131.511. Tambo with a 132.371. Lewis 44 in the Mercedes is going to set a 132.620. Going Z28. He had a great start last race, but couldn't seal the deal and didn't really have that great of a finish. But he's got great qualifying pace. It's just the consistency in the race. The California native kid from Fairfield. He needs to work on that a bit, but I'm sure come next season he'll be able to really grasp. Actually, if he stays consistent, he can be a real contender for the championship. So it's going to be very interesting. So everyone's out on track. Richmond and Deadly Jason have yet to set a time. Richmond's going to cross the line. I believe he's just starting this time as he just came out. Deadly Jason again starting. So Richmond and Deadly Jason kind of going after a little bit as the although it is a light rain, it's not heavy, so intermediates will stay on. Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens here. You kind of see the little bit of a dry line. That's the line that drivers want to stay on, especially go around the corners. It will kind of give them the maximum amount of grip. So we're following Richmond around, goes 31.2 through sector 1. So 14 corners total on this track. Again, very low downforce. Kind of like these slow sweeping corners mainly, as Richmond coming out of turn 13, then around turn 14. See what time he's going to get. He's got to beat a 130.790. He's fast, but is he fast enough? He goes a 131.548. So starting second, but recently Crowman has been on a tear recently, but the main battle still going on is between Richmond and Dino next door. Richmond leading Dino just by 20 points. And if you are new to FLATOUT Racing, they have a different point system. First place actually gets 50 points, and actually everyone who finishes will get points, and kind of helps encourage drivers stay on, which I think I read an article recently that F1 may be thinking about doing the same thing, you know, so that way more sponsors will be able to come in more, and so on and so forth, be able to impress them more. So we're on board following Northant's round. He is down a second in sector 1. Going Z setting a new fast time with a 130.528. Can he get on the pole? But now Northant's is up 2/10, so I'm sure Northant's trying to bust into that 130 mark. Is Matty Shaw going around the last corner now? Will he be able to improve his 131.566? He does. He goes 130.983. So good job for Matty Shaw, who hasn't been having the best of seasons this year, but hopefully when the next game comes out, he'll be able to really grab. Oh, as Northant's going for a drift, and he holds on to it. He's down a second, but that pretty much destroyed his tires. Might as well just go in real quick, throw in a fresh new pair of inters, and head on out. So great car control by Northants. This is Formula 1, not Formula Drift. So he's going to go right into the pits. Matty Shaw is still out. That's only because actually Matty Shaw is up a 10th, but I think he's going to go in, throw on some fresh rubber as well, but along with Going Z as well. But we're going to follow Coley around as he's going to start his last set of laps. He's currently down in 14th with a 132.791. Now Ferrari looking at maybe having a little bit of trouble in the rain, but we're actually going to go his hot lap around the Hungaroring, Budapest, Hungary. It's going up all the way up to 7th gear. You want your braking points become a lot earlier. You want to be a lot more steady on the brakes. 3rd gear around, very low 3rd gear to prevent wheel spin. On turn 2, so no DRS is actually going to be activated for this race due to the rain. So very, very interesting on how that's going to play out. So it's all going to be about technique and just how well your car handles and how well you can handle the car. There's a very tricky corner, turn 4. People will run wide and can easily grab some quick penalties that add up very, very quick. They're going into this weird kind of chicane section. It's very odd because you have those wide curves, but you got those sausage curves just right outside, so you can't really you can attack them, but you have to be extremely careful. Then going around 6 and 7, then going around 8. So beautiful car control as it goes through sector 2, 31, or that's not correct. So going around turn 11 now into the very slow, or that was turn 12, excuse me. And then around turn 13, it's looking good. Playing it within 4th gear. Dino next door has retired. We're going to check with him in just a bit. Closing across the line with a 131. Oh, he does improve. He goes up to P9. But Dino looks like he just parked it. Looks like he's not happy, but Croman going fastest with a 130.133. Going Z, he's on his out lap, but where's Den? There he is. He just started, and Croman is retired. He's happy with that lap. Alright, for a second I thought my headset was muted. That would have really sucked. See how Den can do just a little over, or a little under a minute, excuse me, left in qualifying. As Den, he's going to go, he's actually going to stop. Is he going to, I think he's going to park it. Yeah, he's going to pause it, and it looks like he's going to retire. Looks like his lap didn't go as well as he thought. But what about Anel? Yep, Den has retired. Can he go into the 130s? Anel's going to cross the line. 130.683. That's be good enough for third position. Where's North Ants at? Here he comes through Sector 3, which is 22 seconds to go. He does have a car in front of him. Can't tell exactly what car that is. It looks like a Sauber. That would be the Sauber of Stevo. Let's see what time Stevo puts. Does he go up? He does. 131.295. But North Ants is actually slower. But it looks like he's going to give it one last crack at it. And there we go. Qualifying is done. Coley just crossed the line. He does not improve. Where's Tardis at? Tardis in Sector 2 right now. I got some big news for my channel, but I will announce that once the cars start kind of forming up, so do that in just a bit. But right now we're going to focus on the final of this qualifying here, as Stevo has retired. So some more people retire as well. But here comes Tardis. Can he improve? Can he get into the top 8 maybe? Second gear around that slightly banked left-hander. We're on board, kind of watching his wheel very steady through. What was he going to get? He's going to get a 131.228, just getting in front of North Ants there. Congratulations to him. That was a great run. Nice and smooth. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. Especially around those corners. If you really push those corners, you're going to be really janky, and you're going to actually be losing a lot more time. So definitely the mentality really lives around here. But we're focused on Richmond right now as the rest of the drivers kind of finish up. We still have 2 more drivers to finish up. North Ants goes P4, and Richmond just missing out on the pole by 1/10, a little under 1/10 actually, or a little over 1/10, excuse me. But we have Lewis, but still yet to finish, as he's going to cross the line in a slow gear. Yeah, he kind of gave up there, but there you have it. Croman getting on the pole yet again, very dominant in these last few races of the season. 21 of 24 here tonight. After this, we just only have 3 more races to go, so expect the action to really pick up. And there is your starting order. Croman, Richmond going the top 3. Anel, North Ants, Den, Matty, Holy Tardis, Stevo, Tambo, Lewis, Dino, who's way down in there, so it's going to be very interesting to see what he can do. Fuller and Deadly Jason. So 15 cars on the grid here tonight. Again, look over to your right of the screen, or bottom if you have it in like theater mode or whatever, and you'll see the top 5 in the driver's points. Very interesting as well. So we'll see how it goes. I kind of blew my load earlier last week when I thought it was the last race of the season, but you know, we still have 3 more races to go after this. So big channel announcement. Ever since I was a kid, I was like obsessed with playing like sports video games, and like seeing and like simulating and commentating on the games when I was like home alone, so my parents wouldn't judge me, and kind of figure out what it was, or figure out like who's the best team out of it. So, but thanks to streaming services and emulators and stuff like that, I will be able to do so. So expect that, like all the games, all the football, soccer, rugby, cricket, you name it. If you can simulate the game, I'm going to stream it, and it's actually going to be really fun. But we are going to go underway. 5 red lights, and they are off. It's actually to start up dry, so they are all on softs, it looks like, and there we are. Croman getting the lead, and it looks like they're going getting the better start off of Richmond. Richmond looks like he's falling down a bit. Here goes Richmond down on the inside. There's going to be contact. Richmond going onto the grass, holding on. Oh my God, we got two cars, and Croman is out of the race. Turn to one crash. Oh my goodness gracious. And then kind of looking from the back, so Richmond may have been will be assessed a penalty there as going kind of slows down and let the two go. So Den and Richmond, they're now battling out for P1, but they expect the steward to have some type of look on that. I'm sure Croman's actually going to start it. So, and we have more cars spitting out. That is going to be Lewis and Matty Shaw. They collide. Matty Shaw just cannot get a break, but here we go. We're focusing up on now. So it looks like Dino, he's still up in 11th. We're focusing on that, but Richmond taking out his biggest rival so far as of the late season. So that's not going to go down as a racing incident. That is just going to go down to turn one shenanigans. Richmond a lot better than that. As you see, the rain starting to fall down immediately. So expect drivers to come in. So very interesting that the drivers who chose softs instead of super softs. So I would have chose super softs. So, but the rain starts to accumulate, but you're still kind of getting that little spread going on. So Richmond now down in second. We just kind of see going very kind of struggling there. Looking back on, there's Colleen and Nanelle. They're battling for fourth and fifth. Steve-O right behind him. And yeah, going Z in the draft of Richmond on the inside. Can he make the pass? No, he does not. He goes way wide, completely missing his braking point. And he's actually going to drop down to fifth position. Going way too hard, and Steve is going to try to get around him around this tricky left-hander. Steve going on the inside, migrating host, and we may have a restart. Yes, we will. TARDIS has left the session, so we very well may have a restart. So Lewis has left, or looks like he's DNF'd. Yeah, so cars going in. It is called for a parking dangerous location. So yeah, we're gonna have a custom grid. We're gonna reset the grid, and might actually be a penalty assessed for Richmond, either at the beginning of this race or maybe at the end. So it's gonna be very interesting. So I'm actually gonna pause this so we can avoid the demolition going on. Yeah. Yeah, I saw Richmond do a very unnecessary dive into turn one, and I saw it on my stream. It was kind of like how it looked was Rich was kind of like riding on the rear wheel of Croman, like the tires were like interlocked with each other, and that caused Croman to crash out. So from what I saw, that was completely Richmond's fault. He just got a bad start and just yeah. So he basically jumped the curb on the inside to try to get position. So that is what I saw. I caught that on stream, very much as clear as rain. Yeah, it's on the stream. Yeah. Yeah. I'm still streaming. I haven't stopped it yet. Yeah. Oh, no, you're fine. So join a new lobby. So viewers, please stand by. We're going to get this race back underway. That was Steve-O. He's kind of stopping in, trying to get a direct view, kind of like a steward, to see like who's at fault if I catch an incident. So there you have it. But yeah, very interesting start to say the least, but we're going to get back and underway very shortly. But yes, to continue on about what's going to be going on in the future. Don't know how near it's going to be, but it's going to be soon. But yeah, I made a list. It's going to be, American football, other world football, aka soccer, basketball, baseball, college basketball, college football, rugby, handball, I think I have in there, cricket, Australian rules football, which is different than rugby, and I looked into it. Actually, I bought a book of all the sports in the world, so that's going to be very interesting. So I'm going to be actually streaming that and doing massive tournaments and just watching the computer simulate and kind of doing battles. So I don't know. Some of them I don't know shit about. Like, I can't tell you anything about cricket other than it takes 10 wickets to win a game. So, and that they last forever. So, if you're watching and if you would be interested in doing so, it'd be actually kind of cool to have like a little team on this, because it's going to be a very long project for sure, especially simulating all this stuff. So, I got emulators for the PS2. Still need to figure that out. As far as I got it running, but it drops frames very quickly as soon as you start playing. As soon as you start getting gameplay going, so kind of need to figure that out. It is on laptop though, so that's probably the reason why. Just can't process it. So hopefully be able to figure that out very soon. And also I need to figure out as well how to stream from the PS3 onto YouTube or Twitch. So I need to figure that out as well. I don't know if I need to connect my PS3 HDMI to the laptop and then stream from there type stuff. So I'll figure it out eventually, but expect that in the future. Probably when these new waves of games come out, like when the new FIFA comes out. I'll be doing boxing as well, WWE games, hockey. So yeah, stand by for that. And if you are interested, please let me know, either through PSN, the Zebra94, on Twitter at the Zebra94, or on here on YouTube. Just send me a message if you are interested in commentating any of those games. Because, so for instance, you take something like FIFA, you have the international teams, you have the women's international teams, I think, if they're still on, and you have like all the leagues from around the world, and just kind of do like just massive, just like single knockout bracket tournaments, and then take all the winners from those leagues and put them into a bigger tournament, and to figure out. So that itself is going to take a long time. So it's not going to be like full length matches, like full length 90-minute matches. It's going to be like 5-minute halves or something like that. Just try to get through as many as possible. But towards like the end, now I'll still be 5-minute halves. I'm not trying to commentate a 45-minute soccer game. So see about that. But super excited. I finally got off my butt and kind of looked up what games I can do. I think the very interesting ones are going to be the rugby games and Australian football games, because reviews for the newer ones aren't great, or average to poor at most, but hey, whatever's entertaining, I guess. So even if this stuff only gets like a constant 5 views, I don't care. I'm doing it for me. So eventually I will be gaining a little bit of a following. So yeah, be fun to do. So we are waiting on, looks like the grid to be set up, and the vehicle damage is on reduced. That shouldn't be a thing. Steve, if you can hear me, send TARDIS a message, change vehicle damage. So Going Z just commented on the chat. He's the kid 101. He's really hoping he stays in P3. Me too, buddy. Make California proud. Gotta grab my laptop charger. you are a viewer and if you're waiting to get this thing going, I highly recommend looking up Mongolian throat singing. It is amazing. The best thing I've actually stumbled across in quite a bit. Or you can just go on my page and go to my favorites and just watch it from there. Pretty damn entertaining and actually really cool, very interesting technique. Sounds otherworldly. Okay, that's annoying. I gotta plug something in. 20 seconds until start. Also, another idea as we wait for this to load up is take F1, right? The game, having the new game coming out, whatever. I think it'd be really cool, very interesting to have kind of like. And no, this isn't because I'm American and the World Cup come around. I'm like, oh, the World Cup, the World Cup. No. I always like to think of creative ideas and how they would work out. But also, want to have like a Formula Racing League. Formula 1 Racing League, like World Cup. So like, you'll take like 8 drivers and have like 4 total groups, something like that, and just like have them do like sprint races, and I think that'd be really cool. I don't know, kind of like have it set up like that, and then just have like one big like 5 race season or some shit like that. I don't know, it'd be really cool. I don't know, you have to have like a lot of league to league communication, and you have to have like one overall head honcho to like organize it all. I think it'd be really cool. I don't think that's something that's ever been done before. I know that there has been excuse me, I know that there has been, you know, league versus league stuff like that, but I think it'd be really cool to have like a World Cup type scenario. That's just me. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. Maybe if there's like a league with like different like tiers, like a F1, F2, F3 tiers, stuff like that. Maybe like one driver from each, so it's not like you just get like all these F1 guys against these small. It'd just be a thrashing. But I think it'd be really cool nonetheless. Maybe like top 2 out of it score or whatever. Anyway, I'm done talking. It's time to get to some racing. 5 red lights. And we are underway for the second time. Hopefully we get a good start, but I tell you who has not. That would be Anel and Northens. They dropped like a rock and stone. It looks like Richmond has taken a more conservative approach. This time, Going Z going on the outside, trying to make a pass or to make a stick, but it won't do. A little bit of contact going off. And we have Matty Shaw going up 2 positions, but Anel and Northens, they just dropped hard. And looks like all 15 cars make it around just by Tambo with a 5-second stop and go penalty for corner cutting. And Croman holding on. Then Going Z, we have a cars going a little bit wide. That's going to be a Williams. I believe that's Matty Shaw We have a, whoa, what happened there? So on board with Matty Shaw. Holding it steady. So yeah, I just started just raining immediately. So it's going to be very interesting. So they're going to be on the inters this whole entire time. As Croman gets a much, much better start. But now he's in second place. I think this is the highest position we've seen him in. That doesn't involve like passing people in the pits for a pit strategy. So he's up in P2 and he's holding off the points leader, which is made very interesting because Anel is actually fourth in points, and he is he's quite a bit away. He's about 54 points down from the lead, but still a second place finish, a podium finish could really kind of lighten up his spirits for the last three and kind of give him a good final push to maybe finishing in the top three in points, which would be, I'm sure, a win in itself. So the first lap is complete. Croman leading the first lap after a not so great last start, but you see a Williams back there kind of struggling around there. But yeah, so great start on board with Steve-O as he approaches Matty Shaw. Really rooting for that guy, Matty Shaw, hoping he just gets a nice, decent finish like I'm sure he wants. Oh, so bad. We're actually going to go down to Den Artis. He's behind the TARDIS. And so I thought the TARDIS actually switched to Ferrari, but I think that just might have been an accidental selection, maybe? I'm not entirely sure about that. But he was racing the Ferrari last week at Silverstone. On board with Den. That corner is going to catch a lot of people out, that really quick left-hand corner, because they're going to accelerate when they're on the rumble strips, and it's just going to kick the car out, and your race is over. It happened to me in a different league last year, and yeah, it was not fun. I was a strong contender for the race, and kind of cut me out. So here we go. We have a three-way battle, four-way little train. It's actually kind of building up slowly but surely. But Croman is actually taken off in front of Anel, 1 second ahead already as Full Air goes wide. I'm sure Full Air really proud of his teammate Croman for stepping up the past couple of weeks and really just taking the league by storm in the late stages as the TARDIS looking. Ooh, Full Air going a little bit wide. A little drama between these two actually of Croman and Full Air. Full Air holding the inside line very tight, but gets a little bit loose, and that's going to let the TARDIS pass him. But what about Den side by side? That's going to be an easy overtake as Full Air just slips behind him. Oh, kind of getting a little bit loose, but he's going to run wide. Is that going to allow Full Air to get? Nope. It was looks like he tried to take a look in the inside, but corrected himself rather quickly. So I wouldn't really constitute that as a block, more than just kind of peaking and then getting right back into the braking line. So wouldn't really see a problem with that. That's me personally though, but we're actually going to go up to Going Z and Richmond. Going Z running strong right behind Richmond for the time being until Richmond gets his bearings, and then he's going to blast off like a rocket. But what's very interesting is actually Anel staying within a second. Croman's been extremely fast. He looks like he's been really putting in the practice and the effort. And looks like we have a caution in sector 2. That's going to be Lewis, 44, getting spun around. But looks like no major damage to his car, and he's back underway. But let's actually go up to the TARDIS and Den. These guys are as thick as thieves. They've won, how many have they won? They've won a lot. Between these guys, between these guys, 7 championships won. TARDIS going way on the inside. He's actually going to lose. Trying to pass Coley. What in the world was that? He's actually going to drop down. Wow. The ballsy move, Cotton, but it did not pay off. Steve-O still focused on Matty Shaw, but yeah, between Den and TARDIS, 7 championships won combined. Richmond has won the I believe he won it last year. do want to apologize to the flat out racing community. I did put season 8 last week. Season 13, what confused me was I went back and read Tardis' message to me while I was first on board. He said that he had this league for 8 years, or 8 seasons. Or he said 8 years, so I thought 8 seasons. Whatever, right? It happens. So, I'll have to apologize. But we're still kind of following the most interesting battles. This is Den and Coley. They're kind of the closest-ish. But now Croman has taken a 2-second lead. Looks like Going Z still kind of putting the pressure on going up here. This is Matty Shaw and Steve-O. This is for 6th and 7th position. Still very, very early. 31 laps to go. It's going to be a very slow, methodical race. You're going to want to be nice and smooth as Den trying to make a move on Coley, it looks like. He was in his draft. Coley taking a very defensive inside line. Great job on him. Tardis is trying to catch up, and we'll be able to, but we have a caution in Sector 1. That's going to be Full Air, who's around. Yes, it is, out of turn 1. And he's going to drop down to last place. Drop him, I think he was lagging because of me. But we're still having this battle, like I said. Now that Den and Coley, they're kind of battling it out. Tardis has been able to catch up a bit. But we're actually going to go up to here. This is Going Z in Richmond. Trying to pass the points leader. Now that would be insane. But Dino really needs to get up on his horses. And it looks like this wet weather is really not working for him. As Going Z gets a little bit loose on the rumble strip, but he holds on to it. I'm sure a podium will definitely raise Going Z's morale. Again, great starts to his races, but just hasn't been able to really seal the deal. But he's still right in the draft. You see the little bit of a dry line. Let's say that in air quotes, actually. But a less wet line, I guess is the better term. So expect all that rubber to be kind of laid out, as looks like Richmond kind of taking a unique line out of one. $30 laps to go. Like Richmond is slowly closing on Enel as well, but that's going to allow Going Z to kind of slowly start closing in. It's been very, very interesting. I just watched these two for the past couple of laps, and about the same, although Richmond faster through that section. And looking at Going Z's driving style, he's got a very aggressive attack to it. He really attacks those curbs. He really attacks the corners, and in this wet weather, it's going to be interesting to see how he handles it, because there's been times when he's been sideways a couple times. So it's going to be interesting. But now they're coming up on Enel. Enel's 3.2 seconds down from Croman. So Croman's gaining about half a second a lap or so. Very interesting. We're going to actually go up to Richmond and see if he can make a move. That's going to allow Going Z to hopefully maybe catch up, but even North Ant's kind of catching up as well. Kind of keeping an eye on the other battles going on, but this is the main battle for the best positions. Richmond trying to get up into P2 and really trying to make a run on Croman, who is just taken off. There he is. Went to that very fast left-hander. I wonder how many guys are going to be caught out today. Full Air has left the session. Spun out. He just said, F it, I'm out. I'll take my ball and go home. There I said, Going Z is now caught up. He was almost a second down, but now he's just outside half a second. Kind of Richmond getting that dirty air. It's really disrupting them, especially in this wet conditions. But yeah, there you see kind of like Going Z's a very twitchy car, but we're actually going to go down to Den and Stevo. They're battling it out for 7th and 8th. Stevo running wide, and you see Den just put his car around the inside and really caught up to him. So Stevo kind of took a more cautious outside line around, and Den just threw caution to the wind and just threw that bad boy in, and Stevo goes a little bit wide. You see how Den really holds his car on the inside and tries to get as much power out as Croman set to 133.492, a fast lap of the race. So I wonder if Matty Shaw's going to let his teammate by if Den ever does get the chance to go around Stevo. I'll actually be right back. I am absolutely parched. Go get me something to drink. So be right back. We're on board. We're following the Den, Stevo, and Matty. Be right back. IT had a little bit too much nutmeg in it in the driver's throat. But we're back. Den still attacking Stevo. Looking up at the leader. Croman just taking off as he normally does, and Den trying to go on the inside, it looks like, but to no avail. Stevo quickly cut off the inside as he had the preferred line going in, and Den was just too little, too late. But you see how tight around 13 Den is. And looking back, wow, great line for Den. But I think Stevo may have gotten the better of it. I don't know, it was definitely different lines. It was very interesting. But we're going to go up here real quick. Richmond losing control of his car. That's going to allow the door to be open for Going Z. Does he take it on the inside? Oh, he runs wide. That's going to allow Going Z to try to attack on the inside, and he does. So great job on Going Z, and Richmond now falls in position, which is what Dono was really hoping for, but Dono is 6 seconds back from Tardis and P10, so that's really going to hurt his chances. But Stevo is trying to step up as well, and that's going to be very interesting to see what the points are after tonight. It does take a couple days to calculate, so definitely stay tuned for next week and hear about the top 5. So it'll be very interesting. But still, this battle has been going on for the past, well, ever since pretty much the race started. Den dropped down 2 positions, started in 6th place. Stevo moving up 3 positions. He started 10th. So again, really just trying to attack. Richmond not having the best of times here in the wet, and expect those excuses to come raining down. It's raining outside. After the race, saying like, oh, if only it wasn't raining, I'd be able to do this, this, and that. Well, that's why you practice in the rain. The last thing I did, Jesus, mother of God, you know how many rain races I did. Freaking annoying. And now I'm Max Verstappen in the rain. It's ridiculous. So Dan getting a little bit loose around 14, kind of swerving and weaving there. That really kind of cost him a couple tenths behind Stevo. Again, Den 5th in points. 9 points behind Anel, but Anel is having the race of his life in P2. We're actually going to jump back up to Richmond and Going Z, as now it's Going Z on the defense with Richmond on the attack. And Matty Shaw with a 3-second time penalty. We see Northant's kind of creeping up along as well, so the two Haas's running 4 and 5. So I'm sure Richmond and Anel have something to worry about that as well, as Anel is still dropping back 6 seconds. Croman is just taking off. I'm sure Richmond just wants to get in that clean air and close in on Croman, but because it's raining, no mandatory pit stops are needed. So if these guys can hold their tires correct, they could make it on a full 1 stop. It's going to be very interesting to see if they can do so, as there you see Richmond just trying to find a way around going Z, but holding on, and no! Richmond getting a little bit loose there. Almost kind of crashing into the wall there. But once again on this wet grass, it is pretty much game over. You have to be really careful here. You see Anel trying to break the draft and trying to move his car out of the draft, trying to position himself. Great shot as second through fifth, maneuvering their way through turns 1 and 2. Richmond just right on there, positions himself on the inside, decides against it. So it's going to be interesting with his Haas teammates. If Northants is faster, Richmond just may let him through. But also Richmond, I don't think Richmond has very much to worry about. I don't think he knows where TARDIS is, or where Dino's at. Well, way hard into it. I love this overshot cam, and Dano with a 3-second time penalty, but the two Haas's running side by side. That's going to hamper him. If I was Northants, I'd let Northants go. Oh, the two Haas's collide! Oh no! That's not what they wanted. Richmond losing the front wing. Northants is probably like, what the hell are you doing, man? Let me through. You had a mishap. Come on. So Richmond now down even more. Northants now down 4 seconds to Going Z, and Going Z is still on the attack of Anel. So now Anel and Going can have a battle of their own without worrying about the two Haas's in the back. So expect some words in the chat that they're in right now. Really wish we could listen to them and be like, dude, what the hell are you doing? Yep, Richmond going right into the pits. Smart thing to do. He's going to put on fresh tires, which will actually, I'm sure, will last him to the end. But that front wing change is actually going to drop him down, so it's going to be very interesting. Where is Dino at? He's coming around the last corner. So if Dino can take it easy, he could potentially pass Richmond. Yeah, still getting his front wing change. There goes Dino. He's off and away, but if Dino can get ahead enough, he can actually pit and put on some fresh new tires. And so if I was him, I'd be thinking about the championship right now. Not really worried about anyone else, but just try to get ahead of Richmond. And to be honest, if I was him, I'd pit right now. Because I wouldn't know what happened once I'm listening to the stream, which if I'm a driver, I'm really not. So saw that he passed Richmond. He's down in the points. I'll just run in real quick. Oh, TARDIS has retired. TARDIS is out of the race. Huge crash. That is, looks like came out of turn 1 and 2 a bit too hard, and looks like that might have been the cause of it. But still, oh, now not anymore. But now we have the two Williams. They're kind of battling for position here. Tambo with a 3-second time penalty. So the time penalties are starting to add up a bit. Yes, if I was Dino, if you can hear me, Pitman. It's a smart thing to do. No, I'm not biased. I'd be yelling those same words to anyone. So throwing his car in there, trying to close the gap even further, trying to get that second place, because first place is, well, let's face it, out of the question. Look at that, Dino is now pitting. Maybe he is listening to the stream. But don't worry, guys, I'm not biased at all. Just want to make this championship really interesting. So let's see. But Richmond passing him as well, kind of going bye-bye. But still, he is now only one position down. Yeah, Tambo's not going to catch him, so Dino's going to have some. So now he's only one position down. So it looks like Dino kind of really catching a break here. And because other cars have to pit as well, so it's going to be interesting. But here we go. It is the battle for second place still going on. Thank you for tuning in. The Zebra 94 for Racetracks TV. Give a like, subscribe if you haven't for more of this awesome racing. For FLATOUT Racing. FLATOUT Racing will be doing new season when the new game comes out, along with the new classic season. So that's going to be very interesting. I'll be partaking in that. Really fun. Hopefully don't turn off assists, because I'm going to need those bad boys. So it's going to be very, very interesting. So if you are interested in joining, contact the TARDIS44. He is the owner of the league, and these guys are a very close group of guys. They talk to each other on the regular in the chat. I have to mute my phone so my phone isn't constantly vibrating from time to time. But Going Z, California kid. P3 really having a race of his life so far. Really on the gearbox, really trying to put the pressure on Anel, trying to make him cause a mistake, make him get a little bit loose in the rear, make him run wide, maybe attack corner a little bit too hard. But this is the most conservative I've actually seen him going and trying to pass. When he first got in, he would be really aggressive, and a lot of people would be like, dude, what the hell are you doing? But it looks like he's really learned his ways and really learned to kind of just breathe and know that the race isn't over in the next lap. There's still, you know, more than halfway to go, as Anel running the rumble strips way wide. You want to be as smooth as you can off. You don't want to be running wide here, especially in the rain. Here's the Anel instantly going to the inside, try to break the draft. Again, that is not blocking, because Going is just following him. He's just trying to break the draft, which is scary because you don't want to turn too hard and lose control of your car. So there's the best camera angle in this whole entire game, I say with heavy sarcasm. Going down the hill now, Going in a great run. Run on the, looks like did a little bump on the still right behind him. Got to be careful, and the little kind of half sausage curves there. Really got to be careful. And now it gets a little bit twitchy, and then they're going up around turn 5. Is he gonna think about the pass? No, he is gonna kind of show his presence there. North Dance is slowly kind of creeping up as well. I think once Going gets in that fresh air, he's gonna really take off. But Anel holding strong. North Dance catching up as well. Now within 9 tenths, 8 tenths now. Very, very tight through there indeed. You see Anel still trying to break the draft. North Dance just staying in one line, being a little bit faster technically, not weaving all over the place. North Dance just been really methodic, kind of picking his time, picking his spots, really setting consistent laps, as Richmond set the fast time of the race thus far. Croman up 11 seconds. That is just insane. Absolutely insane. Croman's got that car so dialed in. I'm sure Richmond is just absolutely kicking himself as well. Oh, Dark Mark, holy crap, man. I haven't seen you in a hot second. Thanks for stopping on by. Appreciate it, man. And now going into the pits, so Going is going to be in second position. North Dance going to move up to third. A little bit about Dark Mark. He was actually part of my first league that I ever commentated for back in 2016. Man, good to see you, Mark. I'm glad you're enjoying the race. Oh, man. Totally made my day. It was actually really cool. So going Z now up at second place, so we are seeing some cars going into the pits now. We're actually going to throw that up on the, there we go. So it looks like over half have pitted, and I think Croman can actually kind of slow down and really care for his tires. And okay, that is the ghost of Lewis 44. North Ants is having a hard time kind of keeping up. Maybe that's kind of back and forth. North Ants really perfected that chicane, really closing a good 2/10. We're actually going to go down here as we see Richmond and Steve-O. They're battling it out. Two hardheads. So we're going to kind of keep an eye on that as well. North Ants. We're trying to pass. Who's going to go into the pits? Going into the pits, and North Ants is actually going to take the second position for the time being. So 3 drivers, 13, 14, 15th, are out of the race. They have left the session. So just 3 drivers have yet to pit. Excuse me, 2 drivers have yet to pit as Croman comes out just on the side of Coley. Whoa, that's close. Gonna push him outside there, but Croman just needs to take his time. He's on fresh rubbers. Just take your time, man. As Anel gets past going, so Anel jumps going with the pitch strategy. But will they be able to pass North Ants? That's going to be very interesting as well. So North Ants and Coley have yet to make a stop, and we're going to take that off there. So we're just going to be looking at the intervals now. So Richmond still behind Steve-O. Matty Shaw with a 3-second time penalty. So Croman trying to catch up, but just needs to take it nice and easy. Again, Coley and North Ants have yet to pit, so he'll be regaining his lead in just a couple laps time. But we are halfway. 18 down, 18 to go. Just about. It's actually 17 to go after this last corner. Is North Ants going to go into the pits? We will see. Yes, he is. Going to slow right back down. So it's going to be very, very interesting. That's one of my phrases I say a lot, and Cole's going to go in as well. If Anel and Going are going to go past him. So we're actually going to focus on North Ants. He's going to go on into his pit stall. He's going to go for a quick change. New enters. Oh, and a front wing. That's going to drop him down quite a bit. I was unaware that he had front wing issues. So yeah, he's going to drop. And is Coley going to beat him out? No, he is not. So North Ants comes out. So Den's actually, not Den, Richmond's back up in 6th. As still defending from the points leader, Richmond. Dino's still kind of struggling back there in 11th. Looks like wet weather racing isn't his thing really, but Anel has jumped going, once I said again. Or he didn't really jump, he got his place back. So his strategy worked out. I don't know why I thought Going was in front of him before the pit stop. But this is the battle. This is for second position, but we're actually going to go down again. Steve-O and Richmond, they've been battling as well. We're just kind of using the curves of momentum and really swinging that car on the inside with so much force and momentum. You've got to be careful with that, man. So they're just battling it out very, very loose. Croman's in a new fast time of 1:32.599. Again, after pits are all said and done for the race, 12 seconds up nearly. There you see Richmond really pushing Steve-O, really forcing. There you go, Steve-O just holding his line, went to the last second to make that one move defense. No DRS due to the rain as well, so it's been like that since the beginning of the green flag, since green lights went out. Oh, what a move! Oh, the camera angle I was tricked. Richmond passes Steve-O. I was going to move up and watch going into now, but Richmond has now passed Steve-O, so Richmond now up into P5. And Northampton's right behind Steve-O, so the Hotses are coming to fruition as they are going to try to pass the Sauber of Steve-O. But there is Matty Shaw right behind him as well. Oh, Matty Shaw on the grass. Oh, what a scary place to be. Luckily, there was no one directly behind him, so he was able to let up the throttle a bit and just kind of coast on the grass, keep it very straight, and slowly merge on back to the track. But Northampton, ooh, doing a little bit of drift-do as he goes around that right-hander, holds on to it, and still on the attack of Steve-O as Richmond has pulled a 1 second gap in front of Steve-O. But here comes Northampton, pushing him onto the inside, trying to push him on out to the outside. And he runs wide, but he's going to have the Steve-O going to have a third line on the inside around turn 14. He's going to hold on to it. But Northampton's going out wide and coming back hard on the inside, side by side. Northampton drag racing with Steve-O. Down, Steve has the preferred inside line. It's going to be very interesting. Northampton's having the better acceleration, though. Who's going to do it? Northampton's going a little bit wide, side by side, to the greatest camera angle ever. Jesus, that is a terrible camera angle. Let's wait like 5 seconds for someone to come around, but it's going to be Northampton making the pass on Steve-O. Steve-O dropping his third in points. I think after this race, he'll be ahead of his teammates. But here we go, still battling for second place. It is Going Z, who has actually jumped Anel. We missed that as we were watching the battle between Richmond, Northampton, and Steve-O, so I do apologize for that. Hope one of you guys did catch it, kind of like watching the intervals there. So Going Z has gotten past Anel. For any of you who follow FLATOUT Racing, whether Mrs. TARDIS, if you're online, I don't know if you can tell me if it's going to be Going Z's first podium here in the league or not, or for the season, because I can't for the life of me remember. So if you're here watching, just let me know in the chat. That'd be amazing. So Den going a 132.502. He's in the mix as well. He's trying to get on the bottom step of the podium, trying to rob Anel of a podium, trying to smash away the happiness the podium brings to really anyone. I get happy when I get a podium in any race I do. So Coley and Matty Shaw, three-way battle. This is where Richmond has dropped down. I wonder what happened there. So Richmond has to go through all that again. Must have spun out or something, so it's gonna be, well, Richmond has to go through that all again, but looks like he doesn't have any front wing damage, so at least that's good. He's got something going for him. Kind of, but he has dropped down. Was all the way up in 5th. So I wonder if he got tangled up with his teammate again? Not entirely sure. I wonder if Going's going to be able to close the gap on Croman at all. We do have 14 laps to go. Matty Shaw really trying to get around Richmond. Richmond caught in that dirty air. He's good. He's good out in clean air, but Richmond kind of gets caught up in that traffic and really isn't able to fully push as he wants to. It looks like that turn 11, that right-hander, he really does a great job of kind of throwing his car in there. Croman with a 132.489, now into the 132.4s. May even see a couple 132.3s maybe. We'll see. Getting on who pits, but Anel and Den side by side. And looks like Den getting the better of it. Maybe Anel going outside in, inside out. Looks like it's not going to work. We have a car that's going to be full air. The able goes right through them without a problem, as Going is demonstrating. So Matty Shaw going into the pits. I don't think that's going to be enough for Dino to pass him. It's going to be close. You know, Donald's trying to get every single point he can. Yeah, Matty Shaw's already into turn 1 there, so Matty Shaw's on fresh tires. Gonna see this train. Already Richmond has caught up to Steve-O, so he's got to get past them again. But still has to be very slow, very careful around. You see Richmond, he wants to be aggressive so bad, but you know he can't lose. He cannot crash out, or else he's gonna have to worry even more these next 3 races. It's very, very tight for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and 6th, 7th, and 8th, all the way down, and we have oh, Going Z had spun around. Like I said before, oh wow, good thing there was a go, so we'll see what a collected North Ants as well. Oh no. And Cole's gonna go past him, Rickman's gonna go past him, he's dropping like a stone in a lake. And Going Z's gonna have to push, he's gonna dive deep on the inside, pushing Coley. Coley gets a little bit loose there. That's just Going being a little bit too ambitious, but just going a little bit too hard. He does get past Richmond though. He's going to try to go on the outside. He's going to try to reclaim the spot, but I don't think it's going to happen. He's got to be careful though. Can't get too hot-headed. I understand that that gut-wrenching pain of you spinning out when you have a great position, but oh no. Oh man, Going, just focus on the race, man. You can do it. You still got plenty of time. 12 laps to go. Anyone can mess up, but yeah, he's you can tell he's shaking just by his racing line. It's a lot more sporadic. It's a lot more aggressive. Before he was very, very smooth. Yeah, but now he's gonna try to get back in the rhythm. And let me tell you, when you spin out after, I don't know if he does. I don't know. Hold on, we'll see from this angle. No, it looks like he's got all his parts and pieces. He might be like a little bit. No, it looks like he's got all of his parts and pieces on. So Matty Shaw, no! Matty Shaw is DNF'd. Oh no! Another one of those drivers that you just want him to have a good race. You just want him to finish well. Oh man, Matty Shaw, poor Matty. Oh man, you feel for him. You feel for him and Going. Going has been able to finish races, but doesn't finish him where he starts him. And that's just a dang shame. There's Dino going into the pit. Dino not having that great of a race either. The race been running wide. Yeah, spinning out after having great momentum, you're in a rhythm, and you spin out like that, you get passed by, five drivers. It gets you rattled for a good 5 laps or so. You know, you have to kind of shake it off right then and there, and just get back on the horse and continue doing your steady movements. But yeah, you saw that Going was just really trying to catch up real quick, real fast, and he should have just been a lot more patient there. So unfortunate for him, but I mean he's behind Richmond. Richmond is just so fast, and Coley has been fast as well. So, oof, you got to feel for him, you really do. 10 laps to go here in the Hungarian Grand Prix. Kroman has pulled ahead by nearly 17 seconds. Absolutely insane. Safety car is on, I believe, for this league. I think it is. They're ballsy. They do it. But yeah, I believe safety car is on. Or not. Maybe I'm thinking of another league. This is, I can't remember. It's either one or the other league. Yeah, I cannot remember for the life of me. So, not entirely sure. So now we have 11 drivers in the race left. Dino all the way down in last. He is second in points. Richmond still back in second position. Now falling behind Coley. Coley's been able to really kind of take off there. He did pit a lot later than the driver, so he'll be able to be a little bit more aggressive in the in the last remaining laps. But Den is still trying to catch up to Anel. Let's see if those two have any penalties or not. Okay, if he cuts one more time. So yeah, Den has a penalty, so he got a 3-second penalty, but Anel's got to keep it clean because he so far does not have 3 seconds with the penalties, so that could actually put Northants on the podium as well. So 9 laps to go. Northants in a fast lap, 1:32.195. Richmond going into the pits. He slows down. He does not get a 5 seconds off to go penalty. That's going to allow Going to go right past them. So that's going to allow Richmond to really attack the last stages. Looks like Steve-O is going to get past him. Yes. What about Deadly Jason though? Deadly Jason too far back. So is Dino. So Dino, not really much more of a wet weather racer, it seems, especially in these low downforce tracks. Or these high downforce tracks, excuse me. Low top speed is what I meant to say. So Northant's kind of getting in the picture as well, but there's Den still trying to close and trying to make the move. But once again, 3-second time penalties really hamper you. Well, Northant stays where he is. He's going to get that podium spot. Unless if he's got a 3-second time penalty as well, which we're going to check in just 1 second. Hopefully we don't miss an overtake. Oh, yes, he does. So, never mind. If Den holds on to it, he will finish in the podium, but it's all about just being smooth around here, especially in the wet. Really make up a lot of ground. Slow, smooth, smooth as fast type of mentality. Especially with Den battling and Anel defending, that's going to have Northants really kind of closing the gap and really make it a very interesting last 5 or so laps. I'm sure Dino is really hoping for Richmond to kind of finish where he is right now behind his teammates. So, you know, Steve-O's going to give him one hell of a hard time. I'm keeping an eye on the interval between Northants and Den. It looks like that well, Northants lost some tenths there, getting loose around turns 10 and 11. And up to a ghost car, that is Lewis 44. Going Z has crashed out! Going Z is out of the race, and oh man. So the car is avoiding him, and cautions in sector 2 and 3. If safety car is on, this might cause it. It might. So, man, unbelievable. Oh, man, he's got a feel for him. But Dino's going to move up another spot. Richmond on Steve-O. You know, Steve-O really wants to defend for his teammate. Well, the best teammate connection I've actually seen in quite a bit is Steve-O and Dino. Dino doesn't really do much talking, but Steve-O makes sure to vote for Dino for driver of the day every race he gets. It's like, vote for Dino times 5. Yep, going. Oh, man. So Northants has closed up on the battle between second and third. And now it's kept it actually clean. So even if he does lose out to Den and Northants, he will actually take second spot back. So 10 drivers left. And no with the 3-second time penalty, no! So it's battle for position now. As wow, Den on the outside. Oh, a little bit of a touch. Oh, wow, that was close. How Anel just laid off the throttle and saved it. Oh my God, 6 laps to go. Anel on the inside, really trying to get in front of the Williams. I believe he does it, but that allows North Ants to really close in the gap now. We're also keeping an eye on the interval between Richmond and Steve-O as well. So Steve-O's going to defend like it's his life on the line. Whoa. Dan getting a little bit too aggressive there, the 3-time FLATOUT Racing champion. Currently sitting 5th in points, right behind 4th in points. So 6 laps to go. Croman can just throw that and lean and just carry it on the way home. Especially with these guys battling so hard on board with North Ants. So we see the tango between these two of Anel and Dennis. North Ant's getting a little bit loose as Richmond gets past Steve-O, it looks like. So Steve-O unable to do so side by side. As we go back up, just had to see that real quick. And Anel getting the better run. No, North Ant's kind of sticking his nose in there too. Oh, watch out. Oh, bumping tires a bit. Anel really throwing his car on the inside now. Can he hold on to it? Coming out of 14. Yes, he can. 5 laps to go here in the Hungarian Grand Prix. Don't really have to worry about Croman because he's long gone. But here comes Dan. He's on the inside. What is Anel going to do to defend? Is he going to pinch him off? No. That's actually going to be Dan who's going to pinch him off. That's a terrible camera angle. So Going has left the session. But now Anel's going to drop 1 spot, maybe 2. We'll see. This is for position now since Anel did get a 3-second time penalty. So he really has to fight for his life for that podium. So Anel gets P2. But what about North Ants? Ben has always had pace. He's always had pace since the beginning of, since I started commentating their races a couple months back. He does have indeed have pace indeed. I was in clean air is going to be able to really separate himself from Anel, but can Anel keep the pressure up? Could Dan possibly even make a mistake? We'll see. Also, Coley, he's in the top 5. He's by himself, but he's had a solid race as well. He's actually up 3 positions. It's Richmond, who is the lone person who's actually had negative experience. Everyone else has gone up at least 1 position. Interesting tidbit to look at as well. We're back here, 4 laps to go. Another 4 or 5 minutes or so. Anel is kind of looks like he's done worried about Dan, knowing that he can't catch him, but now he's all about defending from North Ants. Three laps to go. Tambo with the 3-second time penalty, but that's really not going to bother him all that much. Oops. Controller disconnected. And we're back. Let me grab the cable. I'll be able to finish this out. God damn it. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Alright, we're back. The most professional commentator ever. Didn't even have his charger ready. Love it too. Okay. My wife off to school. Sociology. And still, and now battling, defending, fighting hard. Ooh, and now looking a little bit slow, unless that's going to lag spike. I'm not entirely sure, but 2 laps to go. This is the battle for the bottom step of the podium. Denner's already kind of just taken off, but Anel on the inside really pushed him off. Anel fights hard, but he fights fair. And North Ant's going to have the preferred line on the inside around 3, but as long as Anel can hold off. Oh, man. Oh, it's so close, and now going on the inside. Can he hold on? Really pushing. North Ant's wide. Oh, and now getting loose, but he's going to attack. And actually, North Ant's lets him through, unless the game had to tell him, like, hey, get that position back. You pass on the outside of the track boundaries, so that's going to allow Anel to hopefully just get away just for that little split second, really trying to... Whoa! North Ant's going a little bit too heavy into there and end up jumping over those sausage curves, getting on this, oh man, getting 2 wheels on the grass while churning. That's never a fun thing to do. But right there, there's Anel drifting. North Ant's doing the same thing. This is Formula 1, guys, not Formula Drift. That's like the third joke. That's like the third time I made that joke. It's still funny and still applies. Oh, Anel running wide. North Ant's going on the inside now. But what about Anel? Does he have an answer for it? No, he does not. Final lap. This is the battle for P3. Can Anel really, you know, Anel's gonna kind of dive in, but there you see. Okay, looks like he was drifting there for a bit. Oh man, I wonder how shot Anel's tires are. Yes, fair play to North Ant's indeed. What a lad. Mark says, what a lad for playing fair. Absolutely, you gotta love it. Just really pressured him into making a mistake. So great job on North Ant's for making a very clean, hard-fought pass for sure. I think that's going to be it. I don't think Anel's got anything left in the tank, and so it's too little, too late. But we're going to follow our leader, Croman, around. But no, North Ant just spun out. What happened? North Ant's lost it. Oh no! I was going to follow the leader around for the last lap. Oh my goodness, and now it's going to capitalize on North Ant's mistake, and now moves up to 3rd position. Now Coley, he's going to try to make an attack on North Ant's, but we're going to follow Croman as he goes around the last 2 turns. We're going to keep a close eye on that interval while it happens. I don't think Coley's got any time penalties. I'm not sure if he does or not. But Croman's going to weave side to side, taking his sweet time. And he's going to finish. He's going to win the Hungarian Grand Prix. But what about Coley? I don't think Coley's got any time penalties. And if he doesn't, he's going to snatch the bottom step podium away. And now going on the inside, here comes North Ant trying to make a last-ditch attempt. Really trying to use all of the track. And now it's going to cross in 3rd. North Ant's 4th. But Coley's going to jump him. And Coley's going to get the bottom podium step. Oh no. And now it just must be gutted right now. He had it, crossed the line in 3rd, but no can do. Den in second. Applaud him for his amazing work. Steve-O 7th. Tambo coming around in 8th position. As long as they finish. Doc Mark, you're okay. You didn't curse it. The Dyno finishing 10th position. The last driver to finish. Oh man. Unbelievable. Wow. Tell you what, if you guys are just tuning in, you missed an amazing last half of the race. Tell you what, man, what a race. That was really fun to watch. Rain racing really kind of makes things a little bit interesting, especially if it rains the whole entire race. So here we go. We're going to go to the podium. For the podium celebrations, Croman again taking the top step. Dominating 16-second finish from McLaren. The Croatians may have finished second in the World Cup, but here one of them finishes first today in Hungary. Second place is going to be Den Artis of England, spraying the champagne. And third, for the Irish, going to be Coley himself. So congratulations to the top 3 drivers. They celebrate. Great drive by all of them. Coley there at the right place, the right time. Really getting a deserved podium. It's like he's been really searching for. So really, Croman and Coley, Deadly, and Dyno all ran clean races. Everyone else had at least one penalty. So, for my mistake, and Dyno, Coley, and Crow ran really clean races. So, what a race! It's really going to shake up the points for sure. With Den finishing second, Nell finishing 4th, Dyno 10th, Richmond 1st, Steve-O in 7th. So it's really going to kind of mix it up a bit. Richmond does extend his lead over Dyno, but I'm not sure if Steve will be able to. I'm not sure if it overtakes Dyno for second. And those two are teammates, actually. So very, very interesting to see what happens. But stay tuned, because next week, don't know where we're going. The schedule's a little bit messed up. But come back here next Monday, 2 p.m. Central Time, 3 p.m. Eastern, or 10:15 GMT. That's when this race is held, 10:15 GMT. So, congratulations to the podium. And yeah, there you have it. What an amazing race. I'm the Zebra94 from Racing Stripes TV. Signing off. We will see you next week. Same time, same place.